say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Take you like a fill you like a pill to get my fill. No, do me in the worst way. Don't let me sleep, never say sorry. Oh, maybe I'll leave, baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
How's it going, guys? Jumping back into Car Mechanic Simulator today. We're going to restore another 2 cars, and yeah, we'll see how we do. Alright, wait to load in here. There we go. Seems like we are loading in. Oh, I heard the phone go off. It's always a good sign. Alrighty, now we are working on these 2 today. I also just want to check the toolbox really quick, see if we have anything. Nope. Awesome. Always good practice to double check. Alright, now this one is going to be quite fun. We're going to go ahead and replace all the parts we seem to be missing. Let me see what it is again. It is a Katagiri. So let's go on and we go to the body shop. There we go. I haven't checked the front bumper. We should see we're missing it. That's fine. Rear bumper. Yep. Okay. Cool. So we're basically going to be ordering one of everything. Left headlight, left side mirror. Awesome. So we have all our new parts. Not interior disassemble. Normal mode. We want to change to assemble mode. Chuck on our brand new trunk. Obviously it's going to be a different colour. That's fine, because we're going to be fixing that up anyway. New rear window. New front right door. New window there. New window there. New mirror. I guess we didn't remove the window, so we might want to take that out. No, we don't want to move it. We want to assemble. New front window on there. New one of those. One of those. One of those. New one of those. New fender there. The headlight we need to remove. And we chuck on the new one. Beautiful. Chuck on the new door. Chuck on the window. The mirror. That one there. And I believe that is all the new parts that we needed for that one, which is awesome. Oh, well, that's not what I meant to do. Assemble, put that back on. Sure, chuck that license plate back on for the moment. There we go, she's starting to resemble a car again, and we're going to do the same with this one. Take the hood off. Take the bumper off. Headlight. It's missing another headlight, it's always fun. Fender. Door. Window. That's all one piece. The rear window. Take off the trunk. Take off the tail lights. Take off the bumper. Take off that and that. Take off that fender. We've already removed the bumper from the front, so I believe that should be all of the body parts that we need. So double check what the car is. It's a Bolt. So go back in here. Bolts. Okay. It's not a Bolt cape. Okay, let's find out the exact name of it so we can narrow it down. Roulette. Alright. Bolts. Roulette. That's not how you spell it. There we go. Front bumper. Door. There we go. That should be all our new parts that we need. Assemble mode. New window. New trunk. We probably didn't need to do that because those seem fine. But we're just gonna play it safe and replace everything basically. Just makes our lives that little bit easier. Window, new hood, new bumper, new headlight there, new headlight there, another new fender there, another door, more glass, another mirror. Beautiful. So I believe that should be all the parts that we needed to change on it. Nope, that's taking off, we don't want it. Okay, so both cars are now basically perfect in terms of body panels. Obviously all the rims will need to be replaced on both cars, that's fine. And let's see which one is which. So this is the one that we can swap out. Which I might go for a V8 Hemi. So we might move this one to car lifter free, which is C. Move this one to A, and then we'll move this one back to B. Back to B. And then if we want, we might actually get a job as well, just to keep us interested. So engine power has failed. Engine, oil and filter, timing needs replacing, damaged body panels, repaint the car in stock colour, strange noises from the engine bay, that sounds like fun, spray at the factory colour, repair damaged body panels. Alright, that doesn't seem too bad, everything needs to be 68 or above. This is just timing, so we might do that instead. Cool, cool. you, my friend, can go into car lift C. Beautiful. Alright, now let's start working on this. So, we're going to be making a new engine, and it's going to be a V8 Hemi. V8 supercharged. Okay, might need to go all the way to the end here. V8 mag. That's a turbocharged, supercharged, 2-carb supercharged, OVH, DOHC, supercharged. So let's double check what it was again that we can replace it to. V8 OVH Hemi, overhead. Might go with a mag, actually. We'll see how that one does for us. As long as we can find it. VFM. There we are. Beautiful. So the engine power, 375 horsepower compared to what? Yeah, beautiful. So that's what we're going to go with. Not insane amount of power, but still good. Cool. So let's order what we need. Not in the body shop. V8 OVH. That's not going to help. V8. Alright. OVH. Engine head, engine block. It's V8. It's probably going to be an OVH, but let's see. Assemble. OVHC, okay. So at least we know now, so everything is going to be V8. V8 OVHC. V8. V8. Ah, that's why. It's not a capital. V8 OVHC. Beautiful. Alright, so we need the engine block, obviously. Arm B, arm A, that one. Probably need crankshaft pulley as well. Chin head cover. And the exhaust pipes. Probably one for the moment. Piston rings. It's going to be a V8, so grab a load of those. 8 of those. Yep. Intake manifold. The rest of this we can work out as we go, right? Timing cover. Water pump. Alright, awesome. We should be ready to start putting this engine together. There we go. Beautiful. We're gonna start by turning this over, because that'll make our lives a lot easier. There we go. Now then, so we're gonna need a crankshaft, V8 OVHC, camshaft. So let's do that. Crankshaft, V8 OVHC, camshaft, V8 OVHC. We'll mount those in. Nice crankshaft there. Nice brand new camshaft. Already had that apparently. Yep, that's fine. I'll work on that eventually. We can chuck these in. Never mind. We don't need the specialty ones. We just need the regular ones. So piston with conrod. Yep. And I guess just regular piston, regular rings should do us as well. Alright. Beautiful. And we need 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we're going to need 8 rod caps and 3 crankshaft bearing caps. Let's go rod cap. 8 of those. There we go. And we'll type in cap because we should be able to find camshaft cap times 3, I believe it is. Let's see how we do. Alright, this is always fun. Yep. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. That will get this camshaft bearing cap, crankshaft bearing cap. That's why we got the wrong one. Crankshaft bearing cap, there we go. Always get those mixed up, which is always fun. And that's fine. Chuck the new one in of those. It's surprising how quickly this engine comes together, but you know, this work is a lot easier than doing it in real life, so no big surprise there. This would take multiple days to put together an engine like this, but for us, since we're doing it in a game, it doesn't take nearly that much time. Another new rod cap. Beautiful. And we need the new flywheel, so let's get that. And the oil pan we should already have, theoretically. Yep, beautiful. Chuck that new flywheel in. Chuck that new oil pan in. Alright, now we can just rotate the engine over. Not what I meant to do. Engine stand. Beautiful. So it is coming together quite nicely. So we're going to need a fuel fill. We're not going to bother about that just yet because that'll ruin the immersion slightly. We need all the clutch related plates and everything, so we'll grab those. Clutch plate, clutch pressure plate, clutch release bearing. We have that clutch set up. Yep. There we go. And then the clutch release bearing. Awesome. Alright. We're also going to need cam gear. Cam gear, it's just a V8. OVH. We probably shouldn't need any of those. Probably won't need the bearings just yet. So, we'll work on that. Chuck that cam gear in there. Beautiful. V8 OV. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Okay. So, timing chain. OV. Yep. That should be the same one because I think we've already gotten that. So we'll chuck that timing chain on there. Don't even have to tension it, which is always nice. There we go, look at that. Beautiful. Crankshaft pulley. Already gotten that. Water pump. Already gotten that as well. So we're just that good. Beautiful. Yeah, we don't have the water pump pulley. We probably don't have the water pump. Actually, no, we do have the water pump. Yeah, because we got that one. Awesome. And we're also going to need a fan as well. Which is just going to be that one. Awesome. So let's chuck that pulley on. We're going to need RMA. Chuck that one on. We need a new alternator, 16B. So we'll get that sorted as well. Awesome. chuck that alternator in. Beautiful. Serpentine belts. We've done that one already. We're just that good. We'll chuck the B on as well, while we remember. Power steering pump. We need that. V8 OVHF. Steering. Power steering pump. V8 OVHF. Awesome. Alright. Probably should have bought that steering rack while we were there, but that's fine. Then we should be able to chuck on the next belt. Yep. Which is the A belt. We can chuck on that up. It's a B. That's fine. Ready to fan B. Chuck that one on. Alright, let's chuck that oil filter in, which is just a V8. Let's type in filter for now. Oil filter, V8. And we'll chuck that bad boy in, just so we don't forget. Beautiful. We can probably get the ignition distributor in as well. And then OVHD. V8, OVHD. We need 2 of those. We're also going to need push rods. Could be those, so we're not going to buy those just yet. Ignition distributor. Beautiful. Ignition distributor cap. I'm not sure if we need that. We are going to need V8 wires, I believe, but we'll come back to that. We're going to need 8 spark plugs. Alright, we can start putting that together now. 5 bolts is all it takes. Whoop, we can chuck that in as well. Why not? V8 OVHD, I thought we had... no, we need to get the B. So we'll do that. If we can type. Head. V8 OVHD, we need the B, which is that one. So we can chuck that one on now. There we go, beautiful. Exhaust manifold is D. Exhaust manifold is D. Ignition rotor. We need exhaust manifold. V8 OVHD. We need 2 of those. Beautiful. So we'll chuck that one in there. Chuck that one on there. Can't do the wires yet, obviously. We can mount this. Nice. That exhaust manifold is done. Go for this exhaust manifold right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and what push rods do we need? That's why we checked. Yep, so we need the F1s. That's why we didn't buy them. So it's 8. Speaking about these, this is times 2, I believe. So we'd need 16 for each side, I believe. We'll grab 20. We'll see how we do. Whereas it might just be 16 in total. I believe that's it. We might only needed 8. Well, we have plenty to spare, I guess. Used to working on the other engines. we have twice the amount of push rods, which is always interesting. Well, at least we won't need to get new rods for the other side as well, because we already have them. Chuck in those spark plugs as well, brand new. Cool, and we'll flip around to the other side there. If you'll let me, there we go. Chuck in these rods as well. We're gonna have quite a few left over, but that's fine. We'll just sell them back at the end. There we go. There we go. Chuck all those spark plugs in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to need rocker arms D, rocker arms, Adobe HD, we're going to need 2 of those, so we'll mount those. One go there. Cool, come over. Do that. Okay, engine cover B and A. Cover, I need to remember what cover they are. They are D. E8. It's OVH V, did it say? I believe it said B, but I might want to double check that. Nope, not what I meant to do. Not what I meant to do either. These controls are sometimes interesting. No, it is a D. Okay, so we need that one, and we need engine head cover B. Beautiful. Now we mount that. First one's there. Awesome. That one. Awesome. Intake manifold is also D. Yep. Intake manifold. The Adobe HD. The Adobe HD. Mount that one in. Obviously going to need a carby as well, but we're going to do the wires next. Carburetor is an F, so we'll just type in carb. V8 OVHF, we only need one of those. It's a single carb. There we go. Filter base. F, I believe it was, so we'll get one of those. Air filter base F, cover. We're also going to need an F, which I believe, unless we're going for a scoop or something. We'll mount this and see what it asks for. It's one of those, and it's a D that we need. Cool, cool. So let's find that. Cover, air filter cover, V8 OVH D. Beautiful. Now we can mount that on. Beautiful. That's the top of the engine assembled. The majority of the engine assembled actually, which is fantastic. Fan's already on, so we should just need the ignition coil B. I don't think I have one. No, I didn't think so. Ignition coil B and the other piece, which is just a fuel filter. Okay, let's do that. ignition coil B, and a fuel filter. And we'll grab a new fuel pump as well, because we're probably going to need one of those. And probably a fuel tank as well. Beautiful. Alright, and let's mount these up. Ignition coil. Fuel filter. Is there anything else that needs to be mounted? Does not look like it. I believe this engine is fully built now. It's ready to be slotted in. Nice. Alright. Look at that. Alright, so we're going to take out the old engine with the hoist. Crane, sorry. I'm going to go to A. And we're going to pull that engine out. Always forget about that. We always have to disconnect the gearbox first, otherwise it's going to be pretty difficult for it to pull out anything really. Take out these exhaust pipes, the starter, that's pretty rusted, pretty junky. Take out the drive shaft, we're going to need a new one anyway. So we're basically either going to be repairing all of these parts, or we're going to be just pulling them out and replacing them with brand new ones. Beautiful. That's all we need. Lower the car to the ground again. Actually, do we even need to do that? We do not. Awesome. Install. V8 2 carb up. Right, we need to grab this one. We need to take the engine off the crane. We need to install the new engine. Beautiful, look at that. One engine. Alright, take out the radiator, take out the battery. Any other parts that we need to remove? The brake servo, definitely. Spin around here, we'll have a look. The rest of it's probably suspension. Yep, looks like it. We'll chuck that battery onto charge over here. Yep, we'll do that. We'll see if we can repair that radiator. If not, then no worries. Radiator C. Beautiful. The starter, we were able to repair as well. Gearbox, easy. Drive shaft, easy. Do we have any more? Nope. So the rest of these, doesn't really matter. If we can repair them, we'll sell them, which is what we're probably going to do now. We can sell that engine. So we're done with it. These are all parts that we need. I know we don't need the engine head. Probably don't need these either. Don't need that. Don't need these. Helps to keep it organized. Don't need that. And then these are all just parts that we no longer need. So we can sell these and make some money back after we've repaired them, which will help us. Obviously, the windows we can't repair, but that's fine. Not sure why we have a random engine block, but we'll sell that as well. These push rods can go away as well. Awesome. So let's start putting that back together. So the new radiator, well, it's not really new, but you know what I mean. Brake servo. The starter we can't do just yet because it's underneath the car, I believe. The gearbox, obviously, it's underneath the car. Battery, we can go pull off the charger, and it should be ready to be put back on, because it should be fully charged up now, which is what you'd like to see. Mount that battery now that it's charged up again. Lift the car up. Awesome. And we're just going to take all these off while we're doing it, because we're going to be either repairing or replacing all of the suspension and brakes anyway. Whatever we can repair, we will. Whatever we can't, we'll just buy new. That way we're not losing out on too much money working on this car. Awesome. Take that one off. Take off the upper suspension arm. Take out that shock absorber. Take out the sway bar, I think. Beautiful. Take out the bottom suspension arm. Beautiful. Need to take out that outer tie rod. And that inner tie rod. Now we can take out that steering knuckle. Let's take out these bushings, because we always forget about those. And it's never fun. Yeah, you can't do anything with that yet. So we'll come over to here, take out this rim. Beautiful. We'll just start disassembling this one as well. Caliper, come out. The pad can come out. Need to take out that bearing right there. Take out the brake disc, which looks real bad. Don't think you can repair those, but I might be wrong. Take out that upper suspension arm. Take out the shock absorber there. Take out the front link for the sway bar. Take out the sway bar. Awesome. We'll take out that outer tie rod, inner tie rod. We're probably going to need a new steering column rack as well, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Take out the mufflers while we're here. We need to take out these bushings. Beautiful. Take out that. Take out the steering rack. Alright, now we have some parts to see if we can repair. Alright. Upper suspension arm. Immediately fails. That's kind of rude. Okay. Upper suspension arm. One of those. We'll see if we can repair the other one. Might not be able to. Steering knuckle, we are able to. Easy. Easy. Front wheel hub. Need one of those. Easy. Nice. So we can start putting that back together basically immediately, right? That's what I love about this. Look at that. Brand new, basically. Sway bar B. I need one of those. Not what I meant to do. Sway bar B. We're also going to need... which one's these? Let's see. What do we have? I think I went past them. Yeah, so we need 2 new Bs. Those ones. I don't think you can repair these, so that's fine. We'll just get 2 new ones of each. We'll keep putting this back together now. The exhaust we're not going to worry about, obviously. Inner tie rod, brand new ones. Front sway bar, chuck that in. Hop over here if we can. There we go. Oh, love the look of brand new suspension pieces. Always looks nice. Looks like we need a new front steering knuckle as well. So we'll do that. Steering knuckle C. So we can chuck it on the other side because the other one looks like it was broken. Yeah, good. Alright, bottom suspension arm, plus the rubber bushings obviously, because we always need rubber bushings for everything suspension wise. Upper suspension arm, yep. Easy. Can't do that dead. Front end link, we bought new ones because we knew that we'd have to replace them. We can't do the shock absorber yet because we haven't replaced it. Steering knuckle cover we can. Front wheel hub we can. Gonna need a new one. Unfortunately, we're obviously going to need new brake discs and all of that as well. We'll start working on this side again. Chuck in the suspension arms. That's why it's always nice to have an excess of rubber bushings, because you always need them. Speaking of, we're about to run out, so we might want to place an order for some more soon. Alright, front axle, sorry. We need another front wheel hub. Not what I meant to do. Hub, front wheel hub. Just one of those, yeah. We're gonna need 2 of those, I know that already. We're gonna need 2 of those. Although we might have been able to repair them. I'm not sure, I wasn't keeping track of those. Beautiful. Chuck that hub bearing in. Yeah, we weren't able to repair them. I didn't think we were going to be able to. It's fine. We haven't worked on the brakes yet. That is fine. Wheel hub bearing. Wheel hub cap. Beautiful. So now we need to take off that suspension. Separate you guys. And we'll see what we need to replace it with. Alright, let's take that out. And we'll just make sure that it's nothing too crazy. Yeah, same as everything else. So we're going to need 2 front springs, 2 absorber caps. So we'll just go have a look. 2 front springs. Do we need those? No. No, we don't. We just need shock absorber caps and... Yep, so we'll just type in shock. Shock, front, double wishbone, shock absorber times 2, shock absorber cap times 2. Beautiful, and then we'll just chuck these all together. There goes the first one. While we're doing that, let's get the new brake parts that we need. Brake disc ventilator, we need 2 of those. We need 2 brake pads. We may not need calipers. I'm not sure if we were able to repair them or not. But let's see how we do. Okay, take those, head on over to here, put those ones in there. Beautiful. I love that new suspension. Head on over here, and we'll chuck in the new suspension on this side. Nice. The exhaust sections we haven't. Yeah, we haven't done anything with those yet. The gearbox, however, we have restored. Never mind. I tell a lie. V8 OVHF. Gearbox. F. We need one of those. So we'll do that while we're here. We won't put the drive shaft in because we're going to need to take it off anyway, so the starter we were able to repair, which is lovely. We can, oh, can't forget those rubber bushings, so let's order some more, because we always need bushings. 20 of those, $240 on rubber bushings, well spent. Better to have them than to figure out later on that we were missing some, like we've done a couple of times before now. Oh, we also haven't put that sway bar link in yet. We've already done the outer tie rod, so we don't need to worry about that. But yeah, this is a good chance to go back and make sure that we haven't missed anything else while we're doing this. Yep, sway bars in. Inner tie rod we haven't chucked in for whatever reason. also do these while we're here. Awesome. Otherwise, the steering's not going to do particularly much. Chucking that other row of bushing. Right, and that suspension should now be fine. Obviously, there's no wheel on it, but the suspension itself should be fine. Let's have a quick look, see. Go to overview. Yeah, it all looks good there. All looks good. Nice. Obviously, these parts are going to have to be replaced, but that's fine. Yes, so we'll just make sure we're not missing anything else. The brake discs, I know we need to put those in. The brake pads, I know we need to do that. Now the calipers. Okay. So we just need another brake caliper cylinder, which is fine. We can work on that. Not what I meant to do again. So we weren't able to repair the second one, but we were able to repair the first, which means we've saved a little bit of money there. Chuck on the new brake pads, chuck on the new caliper, which was repaired, and that. Awesome. So now our brakes on the front are all sorted. We just need new rims and tyres for the front there. We're going to need exhaust as well. So if we're going to focus on exhaust for the moment, let's take it all off. The rear mufflers, beautiful. We're obviously going to take out that fuel tank. Let me get the fuel pump out because that's also kind of destroyed. Awesome. So we'll see what we can repair. Just the fuel pump, which is what you gotta love. So let's have a look at what we need. So we need 2 middle mufflers. Looks like. Yep. 2 middle mufflers and 2 rear mufflers. If you'll let me search, there we go. Muffler. We need 2 of these, and I believe it'd be those. Or it could, no, it shouldn't be those. It'll be fine. Oop, not what I meant to do. Let's go there. Let's put in that exhaust system. Beautiful. I love it when I get it right. Beautiful. Little mufflers times 2, and then we need front exhaust pipe A. Okay. Front exhaust pipe A times 2. We'll chuck those in, and the exhaust system should be set up. Oh, not entirely actually, because we still need to actually connect to the engine. Front exhaust section is D. Keep doing that. Front exhaust section. We need D. We need 2 of those. Awesome. So we'll mount those in. There's 1. There's 2. Beautiful. So that should be the exhaust completely set up. We're going to need a fuel tank, but I believe we already got one of those, which is going to be fantastic. Yep, we already got the new fuel tank. Did we already get the new fuel pump? Let's see. We did, but we also repaired the old one, so that's fine. So now it's just a matter of taking these off, working on the rear suspension, and then this car should be pretty much good to go. Obviously going to need to top it up with oil so she can actually drive. We're going to need to change these brakes out because they are kind of destroyed, which isn't a big surprise. After sitting around for that long, I'd be surprised if they weren't destroyed. Oh, we need to take out these bushings so we don't forget. Awesome. We need to take out that, take out these U-bolts, times 1, and times 2. Awesome, take out that plate. We can take out that leaf spring now, we can take out this shock absorber B, we may be able to repair, but I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll figure that out. Let's take that one out. Let's take off this rim. Obviously the condition of that is pretty horrible. We need to take off the brake shoe first, then the cylinder, then the rear drive axle, and then the hub. We need to take off that as well. We can take out these bushings. I'm not sure, actually, let's see if we actually need to take out these bushings or whether they just come out automatically. Because I always forget about that. So let's see. We'll take out this. Yeah, thought so. So we do have to take this out, so it's a good thing I've been doing that. Take out this leaf spring, and then we should be able to remove this drive axle. Beautiful. Alright, so let's see what we can repair. U-bolts, easy. Brake shoe. Drum wheel cylinder. U-bolt. Knuckle B. Solid rear drive. Leaf spring plate. Leaf spring rear drive axle. Drum wheel cylinder. Wheel hub 4. Brake shoe. And U-bolt. It all seemed like it went together pretty nicely. Not what I meant to do, but okay, we'll chuck that on. Beautiful. So we're going to need another new leaf spring because it was in such disrepair that we couldn't repair it. Leaf spring, we'll grab one of those, we'll grab 2 of those because I know we were able to repair some of them. And that should be fine for the moment while we start getting this together. The shock absorbers we need to replace, obviously. Leaf spring plates. We need 4 new bushings. We'll go for, yeah, just 4 of those, because we know we're going to need to replace those anyway. Beautiful. Let me move them away over here. Nice. These are both perfect, which is what you want to see. Yeah, so we need shock absorbers. B. A second shock absorber. Nope, that's front. Rear shock absorber B. Need 2 of those. I don't know if we need these. I didn't take them off, so I probably don't need to put them on. So chuck those in. There's one. Yep, no, we don't need them. One of those. Easy. Chuck in that leaf spring. Chuck in the plates. Did we put a plate on the other one yet? I'm not sure. I think we did. Looks like we did. The U-bolts. Jesus, how many U-bolts do we have? We must have repaired them. Had to have been that. And I've just bought extra because I always seem to do that. Yep, so we've got 2 extra that we can sell, which is fine. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're missing any more pieces. Like, these don't have bushings, so we need to do that so we don't forget, because otherwise the car will not be happy. The game won't be happy. It'll be like, you can't drive this car, it's missing a bushing. The engine starts and everything else is fine, but you're missing a bushing, so you can't drive it. Wheel hub 4s. Beautiful. The drum wheel cylinders, we were able to repair both of those. Solid rear drive axle, I know we're able to repair those. The brake shoes, we were able to repair. Nice. The brake drums, obviously we're going to need 2 new brake drums, because you can't repair those. Brake drum times 2. This is coming together quite nicely. Solid rear drive axle, yep. That cylinder can go in. Brake shoe can go in. Brake drum can go in. And then we're just onto rims for that side. This side. Brake drum. And we're on rims again. Nice. So now we just need to chuck that drive shaft on. Which is completely restored. So what are we missing? Just the tyres and the rims, which is perfect. That's what you want. So while I think of it, we're going to lower it a bit. We can return you to where you were. Move, you can go back, and we're going to chuck oil in it. And that way we can make sure that we can start it without having difficulties. Because the last thing you want to do is start it and have issues with it. Okay, so let's see. We can sell off everything we don't need. Don't need those. Don't need any of these. Awesome. We don't need the absorber caps. We don't need the springs. Nope. Yeah, there's a lot of parts we don't need here. That's fine. And then, yeah, just those. So we can sell everything here, basically. That'll give us money to work with. Until we get to the green bushing. And it all should just be bushings. And these rims that we can... Actually, we don't even need to take them apart, do we? Okay, so what were we rocking? We were rocking 14-inch. We could go for a 15-inch. It looks like there's space there for it. So we might do that instead. We'll see how it looks. We'll buy one and see if we like it or not. So let's go home. Let's go to the rim shop. And so what do we have? It's sort of a muscle car. Sort of. Yeah. Okay. So let's have a look. What kind of rims? Ooh. I don't mind these. I reckon that could look pretty cool. And we want 15, not 16. So that's retro 03. We'll keep that in mind. ET is 0, so we don't need to worry about that. Awesome. So we're just going to change them to 15. We're going to buy one of them. And we're going to go to the tyre shop. And I think we go for these this time. So let's figure out what we need. Let's go to the inventory again. So it's 205.75, 205.75, 15. 205. 205. Nope, not 215. 205. 75. And 15. Let's do this again. 205. 75. There we go. 15. Let's mount these. We'll mount one of them and see how it looks. Install. I don't mind that. I really don't. She looks alright. Take that, we're going to balance it. And we'll see how it looks on the car. If we like it, then we'll do the same for all 4 wheels, and then obviously we'll respray it, and we'll do all the tests on it to make sure that she's driving how she should be driving. There we go. Take that. Let's see if it allows us to mount it. It does. Awesome. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah. Yep. 100% I'm sold. I am sold. Alright. So let's grab the rims first. So we need 3 more of those. Which was these ones. 3 of those in a size 15-inch. Awesome. Back to the tyre shop, and we're going for vintage tyre B. And what do we need? 205, 75, 15. Let's go down to 15 first. 205. 75. 75, and we're getting 3 of these. Done. Alright, now we put them all together. We can sell those other ones because we're not going to be using them. Easy. And we can install these. Pretty happy with how this car is coming along. We've chucked the new engine in it. Balance these wheels. Yeah, so we've got new engine, we've got refurbished parts as well as new parts in it, which is going to be fun. And then once we've gotten everything running, we're going to take the interior out of it as well. Check the second one on here. Beautiful. This is always what takes the longest, balancing the wheel. But we only have one more wheel to balance, which is what you want. Mount that. Beautiful. Yeah, nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Take that one, mount it over here. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, so now we can lower this to the ground. I believe that's everything I needed. And we're going to move you to entrance A. I'm going to start it up, make sure she runs. So we'll open that up in case we need to work with that at all. Let's start it. Yep. Awesome. Alright. Back in a normal mode. We can shut that now. We can shut that. We do need to take the interior pieces out. That's not what I meant to do. So let's interior disassemble. Steering wheel. Awesome. We're done with that. Let's go to inventory. It'll be down the bottom. Roulette. Roulette. Okay. So let's go to the interior shop. Okay, so we're going to need 2 of those, 1 of those, and let's see what kind of steering wheel we want. I don't mind the Typhoon. We have... I'm going to go with that. Okay, and let's just change to assemble mode. New bench seat. New seat there. New seat there. New steering wheel there. Beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Alright, now we're going to move it over to the paint shop. We also have the dyno, which we'll have a look at. I just installed the DLC for it and we haven't done it yet, so it could be interesting. Let's see how we do. Clip B. Oh boy. What did I forget? Is it on these? I bet you it's on one of these. Yep. Okay. So we just need 2 clip Bs, that's fine. It's a good thing we double check. Clip B. 2 of those. It's always best to double check by doing tests like these, because it'll tell you. There's one, and the other one's in kind of an interesting spot. There it is. Now we should be fine, theoretically. Let's see. Yep, beautiful. So those dyno results, interesting. Alright, we can't really do much in the way of tuning, I don't believe. Not currently anyway. But that's fine. So let's move it to not the test path, paint shop, because everything in it should be perfect at this stage. Paint shop's over here, I always forget that. Getting hit by a door, love it. Alright, let's see what we're going to go for. What liveries do we have for this? Is it the same as every other car? No, we have different liveries. Livery free, I reckon. And we go for like a matte white or something. Ooh, could go for a chrome. I reckon we go for a matte. And the brightness is at 100. So if we change... Yep, I like that. Paint it. Fabricate it. Let's do it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, look at that. What a beauty. Now, if we were to sell it, we would get about 55,000, probably more. But I don't think I want to sell it. So let's move it to the entrance, and we're going to take it for a little spin. And then we're going to be swapping that out for a turbo, which is going to be quite fun. Let's start it. Straight up, love it. Okay. We're going to take this to the abandoned airport. That's the one we want. So this is the third car that we've restored so far. She's gone quite nicely. The next one's going to be interesting because it's going to be a 4-banger, but we're going to swap it out for a turbo, which I honestly can't wait for. See how much power we can get out of that. This is just a stock standard V8 basically. I was going to chuck a Hemi in it, but I decided against it, so I went for a mag instead. Give it a minute to load. I can hear the engine. Beautiful. Nice. Let's see what kind of speeds we can get out. So we could get over 200 a long enough distance. Which doesn't look too bad though. I like her. Let's see. Yep. She burns out. Typical muscle car. Nice. Nice indeed. Yeah, those rims suit her pretty well. Nice. Alright, well, I'm pretty happy with this result. Nicely done. Alright, back into there, and let's return to the garage. We chuck that one in our storage, and then we'll work on the next car. Next one's going to be fairly simple. It's just going to be another straight swap, and then we'll work on that third car, which is actually a job, which I believe is just timing related. So we might actually do that first, because that won't take nearly as much time as assembling a new engine from scratch. Now that car turned out pretty damn nice though. I will say. Got another new job. Awesome. Yeah, she looks real nice. Real nice. Alright, let's put her away. Put her into parking. Away she goes. And yeah, I believe this one, yeah, it was just timing related. Okay, well, let's get that done, because it's going to be pretty simple. Car lift to 8. We probably don't even need to lift it off the ground. We might actually, so we'll just get it ready in case. Awesome, and oh, this is a dirty engine. Just a little bit. Wow. Okay, so we're going to remove the radiator so we have a bit more space to work with. Take that fan off. Easy. Take off these belts. Take off the pulley. That water pump is going to need to be replaced because that is something else. Crankshaft pulley. Take that out. Let's take this timing cover off and see what we're dealing with. Alrighty. Timing chain, 20%. What a surprise. Alternator, power steering pump will take off as well. Alright, now which parts are we replacing on this? Timing chain, cam gear, pulley, and pump. Alright, easy. Back into the main shop. Timing chain. What timing chain was it? V8 OVH. Order a new one of those in. Yep. We also needed cam gear. That's easy. Cam gear. V8 OVH. And that was a water pump. V8 OVH and a water pump pulley. So we'll just type in water pump. There we go. Water pump, V8 OVH, and a water pump pulley. And that is all we need to do, basically. So we can chuck on that new cam gear. We can chuck on that new timing chain. We can chuck on that new timing cover. Oh, you know what? Just because I want to, I'm going to replace that timing cover. Probably won't get paid for it, but it looks ugly. Timing cover, V8 OVH. Let's just replace that. They don't want me to fix too much on this car, but that's one thing that I just want to repair. The rest of the car's gonna look like shit, but their timing cover is gonna be clean. God damn it! All right, water pump. Yep. Beautiful. Water pump pulley. Beautiful. Crankshaft pulley. Yep. They didn't want me to repair that, so I'm not repairing it. Power steering pump. They didn't want me to even do anything with that, so you know, I am just repairing what they want me to repair plus a new cover. But if they don't want to pay for that, I won't make them pay for it. I just wanted it to be a bit cleaner. Radiator, and I believe that's everything done. Let's see. Yep, done. That was a very quick job. Very quick. Alright, now this is this is the new one. We're gonna move you over to car lift A. We've already replaced all the body panels. It's looking pretty fresh. We've got to put a new license plate on that car. Oh well, that's fine. We can fix that. Yeah, this suspension is kind of dead. You know, general overview. We're gonna need new exhaust, new suspension parts on the rear. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, nice. We're missing a passenger seat. That's fine. We can also work with that. Obviously, the engine's in not particularly great nick because a lot of it seems to be missing, which is always fun. But that doesn't bother us because we're going to be building a new engine anyway. We're going for a 14 double overhead cam turbocharged, or we go for a 13. We're going to go for a 14 because why not? Engine stand, create new engine, 14, rear wheel drive, there it is, that's what we're working on. That's 180 horsepower compared to 108, so net gain about 40 horsepower, which is not bad if I say so myself. Alright, that's what we're working on. So obviously we're going to need engine block 14, one of those bad boys, and this is where all the engines start from. Look at that. She's brand new, but she doesn't look it. We're going to need a new alternator, power steering pump. Okay. Yep. Alternator, power steering pump. Alternator. Power steering pump. 14. We can chuck those ones on. There's one. There's two. Alrighty. Now, we can't chuck those in yet. We need to rotate the engine first. We can chuck the oil filter in because that'll probably help us. Oil filter 14. Probably just gonna need a 14, I believe, which will make it easy for us. We'll worry about all that stuff later on. For the moment, let's rotate this engine so we can work out what parts we need. We're obviously going to need a crankshaft, which is just a 14. We can chuck that oil filter on now. Yep, okay. Crankshaft. Crankshaft is a 14. Get the pulley as well. Yep. While we're thinking of it, let's get these. Awesome. Let's start mounting that up. Awesome. We need the flywheel first, obviously. Always forget about that for some reason. So we're going to mount that flywheel. We're going to get that clutch assembled. There we go, and then we just chuck that in. Fuel filter, that's easy enough. Let's get one of those. Oop. Fuel filter. Yep, we'll get a new fuel pump as well, because odds are we're going to need one of those as well. Nice, just a fuel filter sitting in the air. Gotta love it. Piston with conrods, we're going to need 4 of those because it's a 4-cylinder. Piston with conrod, 4. Piston rings, 4. And yes, let's rotate the engine real quick, just so we can do this a bit easier. Alright, we're going to mount. First one. Second one. Third one. And the fourth one. Beautiful. Now we can rotate the engine over again. There we go, because we're going to need to start assembling this. So we're going to need 4 rod caps and 3 crankshaft bearing caps. Cap. 4 rod caps. 3 crankshaft bearing caps. Alright, chuck those in. That one in. Another rod cap, obviously. 4 cylinders, gotta love them. A lot easier to work on than a V8. Half the time, basically. Last one of those. Chuck the last rod cap on, and then it will probably ask us to put the oil pan on. Yep, oil pan. Which we already got, because we're just that good. Beautiful, look at that. And then we're pretty much done with the bottom of the engine. Love these 4 cylinders, so much easier to work on. Alright, we're going to need the cover, which is, well, the engine head, obviously, which is pretty easy. Okay, engine head is going to be a 14, yep. Do we need cover? We probably will, right? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Let's chuck that on. Wow, 6 bolts. Okay, we're going to need fuel rail, direct injection, and we need 2 camshafts and 4 spark plugs. Fuel rail. Fuel rail DI. It was only one of those. We need spark plugs. We need 4 of those. What else do we need? We needed 2 camshafts, I believe it was. Didn't mean to do that. Camshaft times 2. And then we'll see what else we need as we go. So we can chuck that on. The fuel rail, beautiful. The intake manifold can wait. The camshaft can go in. The other camshaft can go in. Spark plug 1, 2, 3, and 4. Engine head cover, already bought that. There we go. We're going to need 4 ignition coils. We're going to need 2 cam gears. Oh, we're already on. Yeah, cool. 2 cam gears. We're going to need. What was it? Coil, I believe it was. Yep, we're going to need. I think it was 4. This should be 4. So we'll chuck on these cam gears. There's 1. There's 2. Awesome, we're going to need that belt, obviously. Ignition coil, ignition coil, ignition coil, ignition coil. That's what you want. It's all coming together pretty quickly. Exhaust manifold, yep, we'll work on that in a minute. Intake manifold, work on that in a minute. Timing belt, generic timing belt. Oh, why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. Okay. We need timing. It does that every time. Why are you doing that? Timing. We need a timing belt. Timing cover. Yep. Awesome. Part mount. Chuck that timing belt on. Chuck that timing cover on. Nice. Bunch of those. Did we already get that? No, we didn't. Okay. Exhaust manifold, 1.4. Manifold. Manifold, exhaust manifold is a 14. Was it DI? I believe it was, right? Yeah. Okay. And where's the exhaust manifold? Turbo. There we are. Because it was direct injection. Nicely done. The exhaust manifold. That one. Yep, we're going to need to work on that. Throttle. Fun times. throttle is in. Beautiful. Yep. Crankshaft, pulley, water pump, idle roller. Oh, stop it. Water pump, 14, or was it B? Let's double check that. We've had enough of, yeah, so it's just a 14. Easy. Idle roller B, I believe it was. Nope, it was an A. Damn it. Shaft, pulley. This engine is coming together quite nicely. I already had one of those. Fantastic. Serpentine belt B. Serpentine belt B. Where are you at? There you are. We can mount you right there. Belt tensioner and A. So we'll get A while we're here. Belt tensioner. Get this all sorted. Nicely done. Serpentine belt A. Nice, that's all good. Alrighty, and exhaust manifold cover. Wherever you are. Timing cover, timing cover, timing cover. Air filter cover. Exhaust manifold cover, there we are. That's what we want. Stop everything getting too warm. Beautiful. Now, what are we missing? That's just exhaust, the gearbox, the turbo is obviously going to come on a little bit after, but that's fine. I believe that's everything we can mount for now. It's not allowing us to mount anything else. So I believe it's time to pull out the old engine and stick the new one in. So let's do that. Move that to A. Pull out the old engine. How do I forget that every time? Every time. That's fine. Alright, let's disconnect this gearbox. Not part mount, sorry. Oh, good. We're missing a bunch of parts anyway. Sweet. What do you mean disconnect the gearbox? Doesn't even seem like there is a... Ah, there we are. Yeah, cool. Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. Oh, devastated. Yeah, so I have to pull off all of these other parts. That's fine. That's fine. We'll pull off this wheel. We have to do it eventually anyway, so might as well just get it done now. Always forget with these 4 cylinders how compact they are. Take that off. Take off the brake disc. Take off the front drive axle. Take off the... Oh, no, we need to take out that first. The bearing. Then the hub. Then the knuckle cover. And... we need to do the exact same on the other side. Love it. Nicely done. Take off the caliper first, please. Thank you. Take off the pads. Take that out. Take that out. Take out the bearing. There we go. Take out the hub. Gives us more space to work with anyway, which is always a plus. The drive shaft can come out. Gearbox can come out. Nicely done. Okay, now we can lower it again. engine is now out, and let's take you off, and let's mount that one in there. Beautiful. Alright, and let's move you back. Awesome. Let's see if we can repair that gearbox. Doesn't seem like we can, unfortunately. That's fine. Check the inventory for which gearbox we need. It's 14, obviously. Gearbox. And it's a 14. Awesome. Lift it up again. Put that new gearbox in. Beautiful. New gearbox for the new engine. Nicely done. Front drive shaft, we're able to repair it, which is always what you want. Yeah, we haven't done that yet. So let's go about tearing the rest of the suspension off, because we need to do that anyway. Sway bar front end link, pull that out. Take out the shock absorber. What do you need first? You need the outer tie rod, obviously. Now we can take that out. Take out the inner tie rod. Sway bar we can't do anything with yet. Can't do that, obviously. So we just need to pull all of this apart. Awesome. Shock absorber. Awesome. Lower suspension. Awesome. Steering knuckle. Alright, the outer tie rod needs to come off first. Then you can come off. Then you can come off. Steering rack can come off. Sway bar. And we need to take out all these rubber bushings, which are going to be replaced anyway. Need this one as well. That's 3. That's 4, and then the whole suspension can come out. Beautiful. That's what we want. Okay, now let's lower the car down a bit, so we can take out those parts and see if we can repair them as well. Battery obviously needs to come out. Servo, ABS pump. Let's take apart this air filter as well, because it looks a bit manky. Yeah, the air filter looks pretty bad. 38%. Not as bad as I thought it would be though. Cool. And let's work on some parts. ABS pump. Fixed. Clip A. Suspension arm. Brake servo. Steering rack. Beautiful. Alright, now we can lift it. Actually, we can chuck some of this stuff back in. ABS pump we're able to repair. Need the module, obviously. The battery needs to get charged. So for the moment, we can sit you over there. Yep. Save us a bit of money. Box, cool. Anything else in here that we need to mount for the moment? Obviously going to need to do that. Air filter base, yep. We need a new air filter. We don't have a radiator, that's fine. So we need a new air filter. Whoop, keeps doing that. Air filter, beautiful. Chuck that new air filter in. Chuck the new cover on. And then we need 4 clip A's. We have 1. Beautiful. Clip A times 3. There goes that one. that one. That one. Nicely done. We don't need those, we're good there. We'll get a new radiator while we're thinking of it. Radiator A. I don't think we've chucked a fan on yet, which is quite interesting. Yep. So we need fan housing B. Easy. Radiator fan. Okay, so need those. Nice. Get those. Mount those in here. Beautiful. Alright, what do we have here? We need the starter. Easy. Let's do that then. New starter. Oh, click on it first, and then change to part mount. We're in the engine bay, aren't we? I thought we were, but apparently not. Is this not... What are you talking about? We're in the engine bay. Yeah. They got confused, I suppose. That's fine. The battery we can go collect, and we need a new ABS module. Cool. So let's get that ABS module while we're thinking of it. ABS module. Don't know where I was walking there. Okay. Let's pop in that new ABS module, which will allow us to actually brake, which will be perfect. Battery, awesome. Anything else on the top of the engine that we need to work on? Doesn't look like it, but we're just going to double check because it's always best. Suspension. Yep, no, seems like we're all good to lift the car up. Cool, cool. Let's chuck on that. Never mind, we need to get a new one. Front suspension crossmember. We'll keep suspension open because we may need to order a new part anyway. Beautiful. Did we repair the sway bar? No, we didn't. Front sway bar. We're probably going to need links as well, so we can just keep that open for the moment. I think we need to repair the steering rack. We did. That's what you want. Steering knuckles. Both of them were able to be repaired. Okay, we need inner tie rods and probably outer tie rods as well. So tie times 2 times 2. Head on over here, and we'll mount those in. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. We were able to repair that, luckily. Saved us a little bit of money. We don't need the upper one because we don't have the upper one. Nice. The shock absorbers we can come back to. The bushings we can put in now so we don't forget about them later. There we go. Hop on to the other side of the engine. Not engine, the suspension. And we'll start mounting these as well. Beautiful. Let's chuck those bushings in now. There's one. Second one is all the way back there. Beautiful. The steering rack is fine. Have we put the sway bar in? We have. Inner tie rod. Outer tie rod. Okay, we can chuck that back on. Front wheel hubs were able to be repaired, refurbished. Brake discs, we're obviously going to need new ones because you can't really repair those too well. Front wheel hub. done. Wheel hub bearings, we need 2 of those. Hub. Wheel hub bearing times 2, wheel hub cap times 2. We'll sort those out while we're here. Wheel hub bearing, boom. Whoop. Oh really? Okay, that's fine, we can do that. Yep, we didn't even need the caps, which is fantastic, glad I bought them. And the front drive axle. Look at that, coming together like a champ. Alright, take the shock absorber apart so we can figure out what we need. I believe it's just going to be front spring and the jazz that it normally is, but we'll find out. So let's go to our inventory, I believe that was front spring, yep. All of the usual stuff. Okay, front spring times 2, spring cap times 2, and what was the other one again? Always forget. Shock absorber cap. Shock absorber cap times 2. And 2 shock absorber A's. And we should be able to put these all together. So that'll be the first one there. This will be the second one. There we go. Get it? We did get it. Awesome. Mount those in. There's the first one. That's what you like to see. Get on over here. Chuck this one in. Alright, brake disc ventilated. We need sway bar front end link A. Sway bar front end link A times 2. I don't think we need those. We may, but we'll find out if we do. There we are. Hidden. Love it. That's what you want. Nice new suspension. Got it. Yeah, cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Exhaust section. Front exhaust section. Wherever you are. There we are. Grab one of those and we can shove that in now. Surprisingly enough, haven't actually mounted the turbo yet. Assuming that, oh, there it is. There it is. Now we can mount it since the exhaust is in place. Okay, turbo charger. Let's install that. Exciting. Exciting stuff. Awesome. G'day, how's it going? Just putting together the engine at the moment. Working on getting the exhaust fixed as well. We're replacing all of that as well. We're getting the brakes done at the moment. So we're obviously going to need 2 new brake pads, 2 of those, most likely calipers as well, but we'll see how we do without doing that. Brake pads, new ones, brake caliper, so we're going to need another cylinder as well, which is fine. We were able to repair one of them, we weren't able to repair the other one. That's always the way though. New brake disc, new pads, new caliper. Awesome, and then we're just ready to put on the tyre now. Okay, I think we've already done that. Yep, so we need to lift up the car again, so we can work on that. It's front wheel drive, so we don't have to worry about any of that other jazz that we normally do, which is always nice. So we need catalytic converter, middle muffler, and exhaust pipe. Cat, middle muffler, exhaust pipe, which is literally just called an exhaust pipe. Got to love it. Cat can go in, muffler can go in, exhaust pipe can go in. We can remove that rear muffler because we need a new one, which is fine. The fuel tank needs to get removed as well. There was no thing in that apparently. So let's get that rear muffler. There we are. We'll move towards the back of the car now. We can chuck in that fuel tank first actually. Actually we need to get the new fuel tank. And the fuel pump, I'm not sure if we already got one, but worst comes to worst, we just sell it. Chuck that new, yeah, we already did get one, that's fine. New muffler, beautiful. Fancy exhaust system. Now we need to take apart all of this rear suspension, but the front suspension, the engine, that's all done. So now it's just a case of taking off these rear wheels, taking off the calipers, obviously, pads, the caps. Good thing we bought some actually, because we're going to need those. Brake discs, rear wheel hub. We'll repair what we can, and what we can't, we will just buy new. Alright, rear suspension upper arm. Take that rear suspension arm out. Another rubber bushing. Now we can take out that rear suspension arm. That you are still connected via that, so we need to take off the absorber cap, the spring cap. Then we can take off this suspension arm. We can take that out when we take that small rubber bushing out. There we go. The sway bar we can't do anything with at the moment. Take out these rubber bushings, make our lives a little bit easier. Beautiful. There's also rubber bushings on these sides, so we'll take those out so we don't forget. How's your day been, Shakes? Living life? Living the dream? But yeah, essentially we're repairing what we can. What we can't repair, then we're just gonna pull off and buy new. So we can restore it to practically a brand new car, except it's not a brand new car because obviously the body is not new. But we have replaced multiple body panels. The frame is fine. We're taking apart most of the frame now anyway, because it's all rusted to no end. Take out that end link there. We should be able to take this out now. Yep. Suspension arm, we can take that out as well. We need to take out that small rubber bushing, then that, then the suspension cross member, and there we go. That's the rear suspension taken apart. See what we can repair. Brake caliper cylinder. Already done. Yep. We are going to need... I believe it was ventilated, but I'm going to double check. Not just brake discs. That's fine. Brake disc times 2. We'll see if we can repair either of the calipers. Rear wheel hub. Spring cap. Wheel hub. Nice. Alright, so we've gotten the majority fixed. Rear suspension cross member, we're obviously going to need to buy a new one of those because the condition's too bad. Rear suspension cross member. Awesome. So we can chuck that in. The bushings as well, because we always have to do these bushings. So we don't forget, because the car will not let us drive it if it's missing a bushing, which is kind of funny when you think about it. Awesome. Let me jump over here, chuck that one on. Oh, there we go. We need a new sway bar. Was it A? I think it was A. Let's see. Yeah, rear sway bar. A. Actually, we don't even need to. That's fine. We'll go rear sway bar A. We can chuck that one in right there. Rear suspension arm. We were able to repair one of them. We need to repair the other one. Not repair. Suspension arm. So we'll do that one on this side. So we'll mount you wherever you went. I had it just for a second there. Rear suspension arm B. Is that what we need? Ah, there it is. Awesome. Rear shock absorber, were we able to repair those? Probably not. Shock absorber A times 2. Because we're going to need one for each side. Awesome. The rubber bushings, we cannot forget about those. Because that's not going to be fun if we do. We're going to need a few small rubber bushings. Quite a few actually. So let's just grab 20. Any excess we can sell afterwards. Not a big deal. There's another small rubber bushing there. That automatically installed it for us. Sway bar, rear end link. Sway bar, rear end link times 2. Rear suspension arm. Yep, so we're going to need another one of those. That's fine. Rear suspension arm V, one of those. Thank you. Chuck that on now. Awesome. Rear suspension A, that's fine. Spring cap, we were able to repair that luckily. The spring, we weren't, that's fine. I feel like we are forgetting another small bushing. Oh, there it is. That's a regular one, not a small. Good to know. Alright, so we're going to hop over to the other side and chuck the other shock absorber in. That end link in. That other piece there. bushing right there. Rear suspension arm. Awesome, we can chuck that new spring cap in. Another rubber bushing here that apparently we forgot about, which is not what you want. So let's make sure that we haven't forgotten about any of it on the other side. We wouldn't have been able to put this in if there wasn't rubber bushing there, so we're fine. Get some new springs. Rear spring ×2. So let's chuck that on. Caps. Yep, we need rear shock absorber caps ×2. Rear shock absorber cap ×2. We can mount that. Beautiful. Alright, jump over to this side, chuck the new spring in, chuck the new cap on. Now, I believe... Oh, don't want to forget that. That'd be awkward. Alright, so I believe that's the rear suspension rebuilt. Beautiful. Chuck the wheel hub on. Need another one of those, because the F1 wasn't able to be repaired. Wheel hub free. Yep. Did we already get bearings? Probably not. So let's get them while we remember. I know we already have 2 wheel hub caps, so we don't need to worry about those. Wheel hub free. Yep. Rear wheel hub. Okay. So I need another rear wheel hub. That's fine. Okay. Let's get that hub while we're thinking of it. Rear wheel hub. Awesome, now we can work on this one still. Get that brake disc in there. That brake pad. We need 2 new brake pads, probably new calipers. Let's see if we have any calipers repaired. We have 1. I don't see a second caliper just yet. No, we do have 2. Okay, yep, so we just need 2 new brake pads. So pad, brake pads ×2. Beautiful. And let's chuck on those. Chuck on that caliper with a brake caliper cylinder. Nice, and we're back to rims. Awesome. Let's work on this side. Chuck on the rear wheel hub. Nicely done. Brake disc. Nice. Brake pads. Easy. Brake caliper. Easy. And then we should also be... Oh, hang on. Don't want to forget the hub bearing. Or the hub cap. And then we're onto the rim again. Beautiful. We can lower this again now. Put some oil in the engine because you don't want to forget about that. That's a bad time. Oh, we're actually missing wires. So we may need to do that. Completely forgot about them. Are we missing wires? Possibly. Let's see. You'd believe that I'd need to mount these, right? And so you can plug them in. But apparently not. I guess the game doesn't get that technical for you. Which is kind of disappointing, but kind of not at the same time. We can't start it, can we? No, we can't, unfortunately. That's fine. That should be all of the parts that we need done. So we can just start selling all these parts now. So we don't need these. This is always the fun part, trying to sell all of these parts that we don't need anymore. There's quite a few of them. So you have to bear with me for a moment. All these small rubber bushings can go as well. Awesome, and now what do we need? We've already done the front shock absorbers, I believe. We've already done the engine. Yep. So, what were we sitting on? 16s. Yep. So we're going to stick with 16s again, because that's how it looks stock. I believe that suspension's already done. Yep. Awesome. So we're going to stick with 16s again. But we'll see what kind of rims we want to go for. Probably nothing too fancy, right? Yeah, rim classic, I reckon. That doesn't look too bad. We're going to get those in 16s. Awesome. Go to the tyre shop and let's figure out what tyres we need. 205, 45. 205, 45. Easy. Yep. 205, 45. There we are. And we need 4 of those. Oop, not 5, 4. Awesome. Make sure they go together, they should. Yep. 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 Nice. Yep, that suits the car. Okay. Can sell those. Now that we know what we're doing. Take those. Start balancing the first wheel, because that always takes a while. Take that. Put those together. Take that. So those. There we go. We chuck the wheels on. That license plate can come off, because we're probably going to get a new one. Oh. Nice. Not bad. But alright. Custom gearbox. Oh man, I didn't realise. Well, good to know. And there's a tuning shop, which is pretty cool. I'm going to have to work with that on the next car. License plates. What do we have? I would like... Do we have an Australian? We do. Beautiful. Queensland, Tasmania, New South Wales. I don't like the yellow. So I guess we're going to go for Queensland, the Sunshine State. And Corruptic. Always. Beautiful. Alright, let's chuck that new license plate on. I don't know what the eye on the end is about, but alright, that's fine. Doesn't look the best on the car, but that's to be. We don't want to separate. Cool. Take those, balance those. Yep. Chuck these bad boys on. Yep, that suits it. Come on. There we go. This is not how you put your tyres on in real life, just to clarify so people don't do that. Take that, balance the last wheel. There we go. Chuck this one on. This should be closer to what you do in real life. You wanna evenly do it. But obviously this isn't how you do it in real life. She's coming together alright. She is coming together alright. Okay. Chuck on that. Beauty. Now this car should be pretty much all done. Let's lower her down. And then we're going to move her over there and make sure that she starts. Garage entrance A, obviously. Open up the door. We need to put a steering wheel in her. What type of car is she again? Category. Alright, let's have a look. Home. Interior shop. Category. what is the issue here? Ah, it's a K. That's why. Category. No? What am I doing? K-A-T-A-G-I-R-E. Okay. K-A. Cats. Okay. Cats. Interesting. Alright. I guess it doesn't matter. So we can probably chuck what we want there then. She's a daily driver, right? So we want some comfy seats in there. I like the leather. So we'll go for 2 of those. We're going to get a rear bench seat, which shouldn't matter too much. But let's make sure. Yep, we'll go with leather. Easy. We also forgot, but we need to buy a steering wheel because we do not currently have one. Has buttons on it. That's yeah, that'll do us. Alright, and let's go into interior, disassemble, take out that seat, interior assemble. Nicely done, nicely done, nicely done. Beautiful. New steering wheel. And there we go. Have a seat. Start. Nice. Alright, leave. And we actually do need to interior detail this because it is quite not nice looking. Move, garage entrance A, and we're going to detail the interior of this. Yep. You can move back now. Beautiful. Now the interior shouldn't be as grubby. Yep. Much better. Alright. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, obviously, we need to respray it. Move you into paint shop. We're just going to get stock standard. We're probably going to go back to factory colors. Obviously, you close that. Paint car. And set factory. Oh, but that factory color isn't the best, is it? What else do we have? A nice blue wouldn't be bad, right? I want to change the brightness down. Give her a dark blue, maybe not that dark. There we go, that looks a lot nicer. Change the saturation, we can change it. We don't want it matte, because that doesn't suit this car. Not going to be chrome. Metallic, I reckon. There we go. Suits it. The blue definitely suits it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, now let's take it to the test path. We'll make sure that everything is good. Test path is over here. We'll see if we're missing any parts, I guess. Rubber bushing. Of course. Alright. Which rubber bushing? Let's see. I bet you it's at the rear of the car. So we're going to move it back again to A. We're going to lift the car up. And we're going to see which rubber bushing we're missing. It's always rubber bushings. Every time. Every time. Alrighty. Let's see which rubber bushing we're missing. This is always a fun game. I thought we put all the rubber bushings in, but apparently we're missing one. The question is it on the front suspension or is it on the rear suspension? Let's see. We have a rubber bushing there, that's good. We have one there, yep. One there, yep. Let's check the other side. Okay. Oop. to see sometimes. Rubber bushing, yep, rubber bushing there. Rubber bushing there. Where are we missing a rubber bushing? Has to be the rear suspension then. We've got one there, we've got one there, we've got one there, we've got one there. We've already got a fuel tank. Okay, good. I was concerned for a minute there. We have the small rubber bushings. Rear suspension arm has rubber bushing on it. Oh my god, just let me see. Yep, we've got rubber bushing there. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, let's get ourselves a rubber bushing. Found it. $15. Oh boy. Alright. Let's put in that rubber bushing. And now it should be complete. Okay. Alright, now we should be able to move it to the test path again. And we'll make sure that everything is working. Ooh, excuse me. Yes, okay. Hold the brake. Brakes are 100%. The front brakes anyway. The rear brakes also 100%. Front suspension, let's find out. Probably 100% if I had to hazard a guess, since it's brand new suspension. Yep. Rear suspension, hopefully also 100%, since we've replaced it. I don't know what that is about. That's an interesting glitch. But yep, 100%, 100%, beautiful. What in the blazes is going on here? Why are you... Okay, I'm not sure what that's all about. But alright. Okay, that's interesting. Car. Okay, let's have a look at the status. The body condition's only 95%. What are we missing? The front license plate. Right. I didn't even realise that we had a front license plate. But the more you know, I suppose. I guess this is a European car, which is fine. Queensland. Drop dig, I don't know why that happened. Let's get two of these so we can... actually, let's have a look. What kind of plate do we want? Sure. That looks fun. Yeah, Montana suits the car. At least colour-wise. $1,700 for a couple of plates. Dang. That's insane. There we go. Nice. I like it. Normal mode. Take that off. Assemble. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Back to normal mode. And we're going to move it to the entrance. And then we're going to take it for a spin and see how she performs. And then we're probably going to end the stream there, guys. Unless you guys want to see another game, or if you want me to work on another car, I can do that. Straight start, love it. Let's go to the airport again. Nice place to test it out. We'll see what kind of speeds we can get up to. Should be pretty decent. Alrighty. Cool, cool. Wait for this to load up. And we will see how we do. Love that sound. Oh, that turning though. Front wheel drive, gotta love it. Now she's obviously not the quickest car in the world, but you know, for a 4-cylinder turbo, she does pretty well. See what kind of speed we can get up to here. Yeah, she's gonna have a tough time breaking 100, guarantee you. Okay, so space must be the handbrake. Man, it is so hard to get a front-wheel drive car to spin the tires, eh? Not bad though. I'm pretty happy with how this car is performing. Alright, let's see if we can find some cornering to do. Well, I assume that would continue. Nice little J-turn there. Anything? No, it's all locked off for some reason. That's what you gotta love there. Just casually doing 150 Ks. Let's see how we do. Oof, those brakes are nice and responsive. Love it. Not bad. I'd say it's worth the time that I've invested into it. Definitely. Alright, pretty happy with that. Pretty damn happy with how she performs. She's not super fast or anything, but she does alright. Nice. Alright, back to the garage. So that's 2 cars we've restored today, 1 job that we've done, which was a pretty easy job. It was just timing belt and all that. Pretty simple stuff. Wait for us to load in. We'll chuck it in our garage, the parking lot, but you know, same old, same old. There we are. And let's move that one into our parking. Awesome. Now, I believe... I don't remember... These are imports, apparently. Not sure on how that works. Because I know that you're able to buy cars. I just don't remember how. Could be through here, could not be through here. I am not sure. Might actually be through the main menu. We might have to take a look at that. Bare bench. Awesome. Toolbox. She's not too bad. Let's go to the parking lot though and see the cars we've worked on. So we've worked on 4 cars so far. For it to blah. Any minute now. Here we are. Now this was the first one. Little six cylinder. It's not too bad. This was the next one, a supercharged V8. Not too bad. Not too bad. This was the one we've worked on today, which was just a V8 mag. She's not too bad. Start her up. Don't mind that. This is the one we just worked on, which is a little 4-banger, turboed obviously. But yeah, we've done pretty well today. Let's start this one up as well, because I do love the sound of the V8 supercharged. Powerful car, this one. Shut that door, and we'll start this one up as well, for good measure. Pretty fancy stuff. They all have different paint schemes on them. All of these have been restored from barn finds. So these two are from barn finds, and these two are from junkyard finds. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they're coming along. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Overview. Beautiful. 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 And beautiful. That's what you want. Obviously the body conditions on these aren't going to be 100% because there's obviously parts that I haven't replaced, like the headlights and that. It's 89%. The interior also needs to be cleaned on this one. The interior condition's pretty bad on this one. We haven't done what we needed to do because we need to obviously clean it. But then if you look at this one, everything's 100%. That mileage is not indicative of the actual engine's mileage. That's how much. That's the mileage of the chassis, which is fine. It doesn't really matter too much. And hey, that glitch fixed itself. Awesome. So that'll probably be it for today. We'll head to the main menu and see if there's a way for us to bid on cars. I think you can do that. I'm not entirely sure. But we'll let this load. We'll exit out to the menu and we'll see if that's a feature or not. I believe it used to be at some stage, maybe. Save game and return to the menu. There we go. Okay, car showroom. Maybe that's it. We'll see. Or maybe this will just be a showroom of the different cars you can fix in the game. Okay, gotcha. So you can have a look at all the vehicles you can get without DLC and with DLC and all of that. I'd love to find one of those and trick it out. There's some pretty interesting cars. Wouldn't mind getting one of those to work on. Be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool to work on. And what's the difference between this and the Storm? I wonder. Not much. It's probably just yeah. Interesting. What does explode do? Ah, I see. Lets you see in the interior and everything. And not bad. Not bad at all. That's an interesting place for the battery, but yeah. 8-cylinder, obviously. With something this heavy, you kind of need an 8-cylinder. But yeah, I think that'll be it for today, guys. Appreciate you coming along. And hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. I'll probably be doing another stream tomorrow, possibly the day after. just have to see how we go. Well, thanks for everything, guys, and I'll see you then.